Imagine a world where colour explodes off the canvas, unrestrained by the shackles of reality, where blues turn crimson, greens blaze orange, and yellows pulsate with life. This is the world of Fauvism, a revolutionary art movement that erupted onto the Parisian art scene in the early 20th century. Fauvism, meaning wild beasts in French, was not a movement bound by rigid rules or manifestos. It was a shared sensibility, a fierce desire to liberate colour from its descriptive role and let it sing its own vibrant song. Fauvist paintings were characterized by their bold, non-naturalistic use of colour, often applied in thick, expressive brushstrokes. Forms were simplified, sometimes distorted, to further enhance the emotional impact of the colour. Perspective and traditional modelling were abandoned in favour of pure, unadulterated feeling. Like a wild beast, Fauvism roared with an untamed energy, challenging the very foundations of academic art. The seeds of Fauvism were sown in the late 19th century, a time of great artistic ferment. Paris was a bustling hub of creativity where artists from all over the world gathered to share ideas and push the boundaries of traditional art. Impressionism had shattered the illusion of photographic reality, paving the way for artists to explore new avenues of expression. The movement encouraged artists to capture the fleeting effects of light and colour, often painting en plein air or outdoors to better observe the natural world. The influence of post-impressionists like Paul Gauguin, with his bold colours and symbolic imagery, cannot be overstated. Gauguin's work was a radical departure from the more subdued tones of the Impressionists, and his use of colour to convey emotion and meaning was revolutionary. Similarly, Vincent van Gogh's intense emotionalism and expressive brushwork left an indelible mark on the art world. His ability to convey deep emotional states through his use of colour and texture was groundbreaking and inspired many artists who followed. In 1905, a group of young artists, including Henri Matisse, André Derain, Maurice de Vlamink and Raoul Dufy, exhibited their radical canvases together at the Salon d'Automne in Paris. This exhibition was a turning point in the history of modern art. Their audacious use of colour, so different from the muted tones and impressionistic palettes of their contemporaries, caused a scandal. The vibrant, almost jarring hues they employed were seen as a direct challenge to the established norms of the art world. One critic, aghast at the sight of a traditionally sculpted bust amidst the riot of colour, exclaimed, "Donatello among the wild beasts!" This exclamation captured the shock and bewilderment that many felt when confronted with the bold new style. The name stuck, and the Fauvist movement was born. The term Fauve, meaning wild beasts, was initially meant as a derogatory label, but the artists embraced it, seeing it as a fitting description of their untamed and vibrant approach to colour and form. Though short-lived, lasting only until around 1908, Fauvism's impact on the trajectory of modern art was profound. The movement laid the groundwork for future avant-garde styles, influencing artists and movements for decades to come. Its emphasis on bold colour and emotional expression can be seen in many subsequent art forms, making Fauvism a pivotal chapter in the story of modern art. The art establishment and critics of the day were largely hostile to Fauvism. This new movement, characterized by its bold and unrestrained use of colour, was a stark departure from the artistic norms of the time. Accustomed to the subtle nuances of Impressionism or the academic realism that still held sway, they were shocked and appalled by the Fauve's audacious use of colour. The gentle brushstrokes and delicate palettes of the Impressionists had given way to wild, untamed hues that seemed to leap off the canvas. To their eyes, the paintings were crude, garish, and even barbaric. The vibrant colours and seemingly haphazard compositions were a direct challenge to the established order of the art world. Newspapers published scathing reviews, using words like ugly, insane, and an outrage to taste to describe the works. Critics did not hold back in their condemnation, often resorting to hyperbolic language to express their disdain. One critic famously wrote that the paintings were like pots of paint flung in the face of the public. Such vivid imagery captured the visceral reaction many had to the Fauve's work. Collectors, for the most part, were equally dismissive, hesitant to invest in works that seemed so out of step with prevailing tastes. The financial risk of supporting such radical art was too great for many. However, amidst the scorn and derision, there were a few discerning voices who recognized the significance of what the Fauves were attempting. These early supporters saw beyond the initial shock value and appreciated the innovative spirit of the movement. The art dealer Ambroise Vollard, known for his support of avant-garde artists, was an early champion of Matisse and his circle. Vollard's endorsement lent credibility to the Fauves and helped to slowly shift public perception. Slowly, as the shock subsided, a grudging respect began to emerge. The initial hostility gave way to a more measured appreciation, and the Fauve's bold use of colour started to be seen as a legitimate and exciting new direction in art. Over time, the movement's influence would grow, paving the way for future generations of artists to explore and push the boundaries of creativity. Section 4. Henri Matisse, the father of Fauvism. No artist is more synonymous with Fauvism than Henri Matisse. Born in 1869, Matisse came to art relatively late after a bout of illness led him to abandon his legal studies. He quickly became a leading figure among the Fauves, his bold use of colour and expressive line becoming hallmarks of the movement. Matisse believed that colour should be liberated from its descriptive function and used to express emotions directly. He famously said, "I use colour as a means of creating a sensation of joy." His paintings, often depicting scenes of everyday life, landscapes or interiors, pulsate with an exuberant energy. Among his most iconic works are Woman with a Hat, 1905, The Joy of Life, 1905 to 1906, and The Dance, 1910. These paintings, with their vibrant colours, simplified forms and sense of unbridled joy, capture the essence of Fauvism and its celebration of the life-affirming power of art. Section 5. André Derain, exploring different paths. André Derain, born in 1880, was a key figure in the Fauvist movement alongside Matisse. His contributions to the art world were significant, and his influence can still be felt today. He shared Matisse's passion for bold colour and expressive form, but his artistic journey took him in diverse directions throughout his career. Derain was not content to stay within the confines of one style or movement. In the early 1900s, Derain's canvases were ablaze with vibrant hues, often applied directly from the tube. This technique gave his work a raw, unfiltered energy that captivated viewers. He painted alongside Matisse in Collioure, a fishing village on the French Riviera, where the intense Mediterranean light fueled their exploration of colour. The natural beauty of the region provided endless inspiration for their groundbreaking work. Derain's landscapes from this period, such as the Turning Road at L'Estaque, 1906, and Charing Cross Bridge, 1906, pulsate with an almost primal energy. These works are celebrated for their dynamic compositions and vibrant colour schemes. However, unlike Matisse, who remained committed to Fauvist principles throughout his life, Derain's artistic path diverged. He was a restless spirit, always seeking new ways to express his vision. He explored different styles, from a neoclassical figuration to a more sombre palette, influenced by Cézanne. This period of experimentation allowed Derain to expand his artistic vocabulary and challenge himself in new ways. Despite his stylistic shifts, Derain's Fauvist period remains a testament to his early experimentation and his contribution to pushing the boundaries of colour in modern art. His legacy is one of innovation and fearless exploration, inspiring future generations of artists to break free from convention and follow their own creative paths. Section 6. Maurice de Vlamink, a wild spirit on canvas. Maurice de Vlamink, born in 1876, was a self-taught artist whose work embodied the raw energy and untamed spirit of Fauvism. Unlike Matisse and Derain, who had formal art training, Vlamink approached painting with a visceral intensity, driven by instinct and emotion. His paintings are characterized by their thick, impastoed brushstrokes, often applied directly from the tube, and his bold, almost reckless use of color. Vlamink's landscapes, in particular, pulsate with a wild, untamed energy, reflecting his own rebellious spirit. Tugboat on the Seine at Chatou, 1906, exemplifies his style, with its thick swathes of colour capturing the movement of the boat and the vibrancy of the surrounding landscape. Vlamink's art, with its raw power and emotional intensity, remains a testament to the Fauve's desire to break free from artistic conventions and embrace a more instinctive approach to painting.